I'm Saturday hauling for you guys today, and I'm going to go ahead and start off with an order that I placed off of the Beauty Bay website for both of the larger Moma Mitchell eyeshadow palettes, which is largely influenced by Paulina Beauty here on YouTube. She talked about these palettes, and I just like the color stories. It's very kind of a random mix, but I dig that in an eyeshadow palette, kind of like I've said this before, but it kind of gets the creative juices flowing. So I went ahead and I picked up both of them. So this first one is the Feet on the Ground eyeshadow palette, and that is actually what I have on my eyes today, is this eyeshadow palette. So it's kind of interesting the way that these palettes come in a really soft, what do you call this, like a neoprene sleeve with nice detail on it, which I thought was kind of nice. I definitely think this sleeve helped with protecting the palette in the shipping process, because when I got my Beauty Bay box, it was so beat up I was scared to open it. So I only had like one shadow that was lifted, and I was able to push it back down, and it's fine. But I think this definitely helped with that, because the way the box looked, you would think the whole palette would be demolished. But anyways, the Feet on the Ground has the camo kind of print to it, and the box mimics the sleeve as well. And then this one here has got 25 eyeshadows. They both do. They have 25 eyeshadows a piece, and each shade is 3 grams per shade. You are getting a massive amount of eyeshadow in both of these palettes. That's just a lot of product. I will say there's a little bit of a smell to the eyeshadows, and looking at the ingredients, I want to say that's probably a mixture of the squalene and the it's Simonsia chinesis seed oil. Like, seed oils can kind of sometimes put a different smell in products in general, and I'm thinking that's what they are. I haven't had any problems with the actual performance of the eyeshadows, but I did want to make note that they kind of have a different type of a scent to them, if you will. It's not like a fragrance scent, it's just a ingredient type scent. So here is the actual palette. It's a cardboard packaging, and then the name is printed on the spine, and these are also made in the PRC is what it says on the back right there. So if you open it up, there's a pretty good sized mirror that flips all the way back, and then a little plastic sheet with his logo on there. And then here are the 25 eyeshadows that are 3 grams a piece. And again, this is the eyeshadow palette that I have on today. I've really gotten along with the formula well. Both of the eyeshadow palettes are standalone for me. They work really well. There's minimal fallout. There's pretty shimmers and mattes. I'm happy that I got both of them, and I love kind of the random like layout of the shades, if you will. I just like that. I know some people really don't like that, but I do. And we'll do these next ones. I think the pigmentation is good. I think they blend out really nice. If you can hear that noise in the background, I apologize. That is my air conditioner, and I have to have it on. There's no other option. And then these guys. I really love this pop of coral. I've got that one on today, and I really like this matte mustard color. There's just some really good shades in this palette. And I have seen, I think when I bought these, one of them was on sale. The other one wasn't. So they do go on sale on Beauty Bay. Love this pastel kind of lime green shade. I'm definitely running out of room here. And then this bottom row here. And the last shade is this matte black. It's pretty rich. I didn't use the black yet. That is a very, very rich black eyeshadow. So that one is the Feet on the Ground. I gotta set this down. That's the Feet on the Ground eyeshadow palette right there. And then here is the other palette, and it is called Head in the Clouds. So this is the sleeve, and then the box, same amount of product, 25 eyeshadows, 3 grams a piece, and it's made in China. And then the packaging is a cardboard with a magnetic closure again, and then it's Head in the Clouds there. And this one's a fun one too. I love the arrangement of the shades and like the randomness, and I love the colors in here. So this one's got a plastic overlay that's a little bit different with his logo on it, and then there's the mirror. This is again a standalone for me. It's got a great range of shimmers and mattes, and I got along with it really well. I like, again, I like how random these like shades look in the palette. I'm just happy that I picked these up because I do really like them. Gotta start higher up. I'm gonna try to fit these all on here better. And this one. Look at that blue. And I don't know a whole lot about Moma Mitchell, other than I seen him on Jamie Genevieve's channel before. And he came out with these blushes, which are like liquid blushes. I've seen them also on Paulina's channel. And there are some shades in that range that are really, really pretty looking. So next time I place an order on Beauty Bay, I might try one or two of those blushes, they're called. And then these next guys. This is also a standalone for me. And then these guys. Oh, that's pretty. And this last row here. And there's this kind of an eggplant matte shade in the corner. And that one looks like that. Just some really pretty fun colors in here. So that is the Head in the Clouds eyeshadow palette right there from Moma Mitchell. And lastly from Beauty Bay, I thought I would try out another one of the BPerfect palettes. I originally bought the Dream Big Manifest palette, which I love. So I decided to try the Carnival 3 Love Tahiti Stacy Marie palette. This one just looked to have a lot of fun colors in there. So there's 31 vibrant matte shades, 4 duo shift pressed pigments, 3 metallics, and 2 high pigment shimmers is what it says on the back. This is also made in the PRC. There's 2.25 ounces of product, or 64 grams, across 45 shades, so that's about 1.4 ounces per shade. So again, you're getting a pretty decent amount of product in here. It does say on the back of the palette, keep out of direct sunlight, and unlike the Dream Big palette, this palette, which I didn't know, I should have looked like on the website before I ordered it, this one does have mineral oil in it, and I don't mind like mineral oil as an ingredient in general, but in eyeshadow sometimes it can be a little finicky to work with on the eyes, especially in like a shimmer formula. And then for me, heat kind of melts it on the eyes, and shadows can kind of mush together a little bit. I haven't had that problem with this eyeshadow palette though, so that's good. And there's some really fun shades in here. So cardboard packaging there. And then the inside has got a great big mirror, and I know there was like a sleeve over the top of it that I don't know what I did with. And then here are your 45 shades. I mean, I'm not going to fit all of these on my arm, but one of my favorite shades up here is this Starlight shade and the Blue Moon shade. Those are some really pretty duochromes. So actually, let me swatch some of those vibrant kind of shimmers here, and then I'll swatch some of those vibrant mattes. And I got along with this palette too. They blended really well. I didn't have a super ton of fallout. Some very pretty shades in there. So I'm happy with both of the BPerfect palettes that I purchased. Look at how pretty these are. Oh, I love those. Let me do some of the kind of warmer ones. This green one and this bronze shade. Got a little burgundy action and a champagne with a green hint to it. So these are all shimmer shades. Aren't those pretty? I think those are all the shimmer shades. 2, 4, 6, yep, 8. That's all 8 of the shimmers. Everything else is matte in here. Let's swatch some of the in your face shades. I love colors like this. Let's do this mustard, this orange. I'll grab a set of these purples too. Let's do the green, blue, and this vibrant shade. I used that one the other day. And I don't think that these are too badly priced either. And Beauty Bay runs sales pretty frequently. But aren't those fun? And oh, those shimmers, they're so, so pretty. So there are some swatches right there of the BPerfect and Stacey Marie Carnival 3 eyeshadow palette right there. That one has just a little bit too many shades for me to try to fit them all on my arm. I thought I'd mention too, a lot of you guys asked me to wear this Urban Decay Flower District lipstick. So I thought I would go ahead and do that today, and it matches really well with the eyeshadow palette too. So that is what is on my lips that I hauled last week, is the new Urban Decay Flower District Shine lipstick, and I'm wearing it with the Makeup Forever, which is one of my favorite lip pencils, is 700 whichever coral from their artist pencil range. That's the combination, but you guys asked, so I thought I'd wear it, and it actually works really nicely with the eye look. And then at Ulta I purchased the Colourpop Lust for Dusk eyeshadow palette. It's the pressed powder palette, and this has got 0.56 ounces of product across 12 shades, and this is made in the USA. So this one has got a cardboard packaging. There isn't a mirror in this one. And then you have got 16 eyeshadows, and there are some beautiful, beautiful foiled shades in here. This one isn't a standalone for me because everything's kind of mid-tone or darker on my skin tone, so I do bring in something like Aether Beauty Pure Diamond Dust when I use it, but really pretty shades in here. Let's give you some swatches. But look how like foiled some of these shades are. So foiled. And then this next row, and these are also magnetized in the palette, as I think pretty much every Colourpop palette is. But oh gosh, some of these foils in this palette, man. There aren't any pressed glitters or super shock shadows in here either. It's all pressed powder. And then these guys. Really pretty duochrome right here. And this last row, which is all matte. Pretty shades though. Like this palette kind of has some, it has fall vibes, I think, for me. So that's the Lust for Dusk eyeshadow palette right there from Colourpop, and I got this in store at Ulta. And then off of the Colourpop website, I also got the Your Golden Pressed Powder Palette right here. And this has got 30 shades, 1.16 total ounces of product. So each shade's about 0.038 or almost 0.04 ounces of product per shade. And this is a really pretty neutral palette. This one doesn't have a mirror in it, but this is one of their larger size palettes, and there is a really pretty array of both shimmers and mattes in here. And there's one pressed glitter, which I was hoping that was just a really pretty shimmer, but when I got it I was like, it's a pressed glitter, but it's a beautiful sky blue that I wish I could go, you know, poof, you're a shimmer shadow. But it is a pressed glitter, that blue there. So let's give you some swatches here. This is a really pretty neutral palette. There's our glitter. And then these next ones. Some of the shimmer foil shades in here are just stunning too. And these guys. I love this foiled tangerine. Here's a pretty blue shimmer though. It's a little bit mid-tone, but I can also make this one standalone as well. I guess that kind of is the shimmer version of that pressed glitter, even though I still wish the pressed glitter was a pressed shadow, powder shadow. And then these guys. Aren't these pretty? These are so pretty. So pretty. And then this bottom row here. I might have to go up here. Yeah, I would have never fit those 45 shadows. Oh! And then these last two, which this is a matte dark teal and a matte brown. Matte brown, but it's one of the sequin shades, so there are those little sparkles in there that I don't really feel show up too good, but how nice are those shadows though. So that is the Colourpop Your Golden eyeshadow palette right there. It's really pretty. I also ordered 2 of the cheek palettes from Colourpop, and I was so excited to get these, and I had not realized that the highlighter shades in both of these palettes is the Super Shock formula, which is fine, but I was thinking it was powder formula, because I do really like the Super Shock highlighter formula. One of my favorites is this Seismic. I have it sitting out like right in front of me all the time because I like to use it as a topper for extra sparkle, so I don't mind that. I was just kind of surprised because I thought they were powder. So anyway, I got the Cookie Cluster cheek palette, and there are 4 shades in here, a total of 0.30 ounces of product, and these are also made in the USA. So here is Cookie Cluster right here, and I like the see-through lids on these too. It's just easier when you're like looking for one that have the same packaging, you know. So here is your Super Shock. It's very golden, and then the other 3 are, well, there's a slight shimmer in this orange shade, but these bottom 2 are matte. And they're very, very silky powders. Oh, that's very, that one has quite a bit of slip to it there. Very metallic. I love that shade. So that guy right there is the Cookie Cluster cheek palette. And the other one I got is Extra Glazed, which is a little bit more pink. So here's your Super Shock highlighter. Love this pink. And this is like a rosy bronze shade. I could probably get away with that one, you know, as a rosy bronze shade. Which I really like rosy tone bronzers anyway. Yeah, I love those cool pinks too. So that one is the Extra Glazed cheek palette right there. And then I got a chance to use the rest of my Zeesea products. I had hauled some last week that I was able to use, and then I wanted to make sure that the formulation was kind of not different amongst different variations of their palettes. And they're seemingly pretty consistent in terms of the formulation, even though the packaging is different and stuff. But I thought I would go ahead and swatch the other stuff that I purchased. And then I also got some stuff from them a couple days ago in PR that I thought I would show you guys. But I really like the Zeesea line. I actually purchased 4 of their newest palettes off of their website because they're doing a buy one get one 50% off right now. I had to have those kitty palettes. I had to have them. So anyway, these are their little 9-pan palettes. The packaging is super cute, and then the box packaging is silver with the kind of the same little imagery that's on the palette. And these are made in China, and there's a total of 10 grams of product in here. So this first one is the number J11. And here's the little guys on the front right there. And then this is a neutral palette. And again, I've worn all of these. Really enjoy the looks that come out of all of them. Some of those sparkly shadows just have a, I don't know, it's a super fine like sparkle to them. It looks really pretty on the lids. And then I've ruined pretty much all the embossing that was on the powders too, because there's like little, well, you can kind of see there's a little bunny in there. Just the cutest stuff from Zeesea. And then this last shade, which is a matte with the little sparkles in it. So that one is J11. And then we have got J12, which is kind of like some corals and stuff in this guy. Again, some of their sparkly shades are just so pretty. There is something about their formula that's just really like soft and like delicate looking, if you will. There's kind of a Tinkerbell in that center matte shade. It's so hard to ruin such pretty embossing on products. And this last shade is a matte brown. So that guy right there is the J12. And it's got like a little chandelier kind of on the cover. And then there's the J13. I think these are part of their Alice in Wonderland collection, because you can see there's a little, kind of looks like a gopher maybe in the carriage. So here's J13. It's a very warm palette. Pretty as well. And he's also in that center shade. It's a squirrel. I think I said a gopher. I think it's a squirrel. And then this last shade is a brown with like greenish type of sparkle duochrome situation. So that one there is the J13 palette. And then the last one is J14, and these are lilacs and peachy pinks. So pretty. One of my favorites here. I did purchase these in the bundle where you got all 4 of them, and it like saved some money. But this guy has got the kitty on it. I'm not sure how the kitty exactly might correlate to Alice in Wonderland, but maybe it's not even Alice in Wonderland. My box from Zeesea came super busted up too, and I had to repress I think 3 shades from these palettes. I mean, it was beat up though. I was surprised like not everything was shattered. Ooh, this center shade is such a pretty duochrome. Oh gosh, I missed my elbow when I was wiping those off. And then this last shade is a matte with very fine sparkles in it. Pretty peach shade. And we'll just have to put you like right here because I didn't wipe my whole elbow off. But that one right there is the J14 little 9-pan palette, and it's a kind of a hard acrylic see-through plastic packaging there. Those are the other products that I purchased from Zeesea. Now I'm going to get into the stuff that they sent me in PR. So they sent me one of the British Museum and Zeesea collaboration palettes. Their packaging is so pretty. They did send me one palette. It was the pink with the pink cover in this same style packaging format. But I had purchased that one already, so I went ahead and gave the one that they sent me to my mom, and she just loves it. So that worked out kind of nice. Mom always likes it when that happens. So this one here it's got a number. It's the Fireworks 16 color eyeshadow palette. 17 grams of product in this guy. This is the outer box packaging. And then again, their packaging is so pretty. It's a hard, plastic packaging. They put detail on all of these sleeves that are inserted inside of them, so I like to actually keep them in there. And then there are 16 eyeshadows in here. And I love the color story of this one. I have worn this a couple times. Looks turn out really pretty. So let's give you some swatches here. I ordered their 2 newest 16-pan palettes, so those are on the way. One's got I think like a phoenix on the cover or something, but I like the color stories in those too. And then this next row, so shiny. And then these guys. I wore this shade right here. It's kind of like a marbled shade. I put that underneath the brow when I used this palette, and it looked really pretty with this color, and I think it was this blue on the lid, but it's just not showing up very well right there. And then this last row. So that one is the Fireworks 16 color eyeshadow palette right there. They also sent me one of their Alice in Wonderland eyeshadow palettes, and this is the We're All Mad here. I actually think there's a shade in here that you could use as a blush as well, but this one is got the black and red and gold, and I'm going to break down and get the other two as well, because the packaging, again, the packaging is so pretty on this stuff. So this guy here has got a total of 13 grams of product. Again, there's the box. And this packaging. So behind the imagery on the front, you have got glitters, and in the glitters are hearts and like diamonds. So you like see it moving in there. It's just stunning stuff, man. And then here is the shades in this one. And there is a double-ended brush in here that's actually quite soft. This is a totally functional little brush that's inside of there. I think it's the other Alice palettes that there's a shade in there that looks like you could use it as a blush, but there's a split pan shadow and then this larger checkered one, which when you mix those shades together, it's super pretty, and then 8 in the middle. This is a pressed glitter that has got stars and hearts infused with yellow and orange glitter. I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna use that yet, but it's sure pretty to look at in the palette. So let's swatch these guys. I don't know, they're pretty large little glitters, so I'm a little nervous about putting them next to my eye, but I wonder if you can see the stars and hearts that are in that. Kind of, maybe. Oh, look at that shade. That is so stunning. And then we'll do these guys. And then this split pan, which is a matte with sparkles in it. And then this is a matte red. And then this is just a beautiful duochrome when you mix it together. Look at that. Oof. I almost wore this palette today. I should have. Aren't those pretty? Yeah, while that sale is still going on, I think I'm going to go ahead and get the other two Alice in Wonderland palettes, because there are 3 of these available with different color stories and stuff. And then they just came out with one called the Ferris Wheel, which I ordered that one with the kitty palettes. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I did. But again, it's so cute. So that one is it's the number 1. It says on the back, off with their heads. And then they sent me their liquid eyeliner that came in the prettiest box. It's the Dear Autumn Air Ink eyeliner in 01. I'm gonna have a hard time throwing that away. Maybe I'll like scrapbook it or something. It's so pretty. And then there was this little pen in there, and the cartridge you actually had to insert or kind of install in the pen. But this here is a super itty bitty fine tipped brush applicator, which I prefer a brush on any eyeliner, like liquid eyeliner, as opposed to a felt tip. I always feel like felt tips just get destroyed and then they don't have a crisp enough effect for me. So I actually like to use pens like this for touching up the like making the corners sharper, if you will. It's such a tiny tip. If you like a liquid pen liner and you like the finest of lines, obviously I do not. I think you'd really like this, but there's an Inkwell cartridge that comes in the pen. But I love how fine tipped this liner is. And the cartridge, you can see the liquid in it, so I think it's going to last a pretty long time as well. But very, very fine pointed eyeliner right there. And they sent over one of their lipsticks, and I believe this is also from the British Museum collection. So it's the Velvet Lipstick in the shade 919. And the packaging on this, again, I think it's Picasso. I hope I'm right. There's the box packaging, and then the imagery is also on the actual lipstick packaging. I love it. I just love it. And the bullet is embossed as well. So like, to not ruin the embossing, like I've been swatching it on the back. So this is like a brick orange shade. It's like a pretty one for the fall. Very nice creamy type of formula. So that is the 919 shade right there. And the packaging is just pretty. And the last item that they sent me is from the Palace Identity collection, and they sent me the pressed powder. So I had hauled the blush that I purchased last week, which is this guy. This also comes in a like translucent kind of setting powder. So this is the blush of that same collection, and the pressed powder has got the same compact on it. I have not used this yet. I haven't been able to bring myself to ruin the embossing. It's just so intricate. Like, it's very difficult to want to ruin the embossing on here. It's so pretty. I did kind of tap the outside, so it's one of those super silky, finely milled translucent powders. And this is also a baked gelée formula. So think something like the, it reminds me of the NARS crystal setting powder in the pressed version, but it's not as shiny as the NARS one, if that makes sense. But I'll bring myself to use it eventually. But it's so stunning, and the compact again is just beautiful. So this one here is called let's see, most of the writing is in Chinese, but there's a little bit of English. Is there no English on this one? Oh, find any writing, but this is the sleeve that it comes in. And then there is a velvet pouch with a little puff as well, but it comes so nicely packaged. And a huge thank you to Zeesea for sending those products over. I'm like a huge fan of the brand, and I have another order on the way. So I also wanted to make mention of the brand Fluoresces. They had sent me some stuff in PR a while ago, but you weren't able to order and get it shipped to you. Now they have a website and you can buy the stuff. So I'm going to link their website down below. I had tried so hard to find how to order this stuff when I first saw the brand, and I just couldn't. So when they reached out to me in PR, I was just like over the moon. They're another company that have absolutely beautiful products. I am meaning to place an order on there too, because I want to get some of their powder compacts, and then also an eyeshadow palette that's on there. But let me show these to you guys. So this is the brand Fluoresces right here, again with the intricate embossing detail in the palette, and these are eyeshadows. I've showed these before, but I wanted to show them again because you can now purchase them, and this is shaped like a fan, which is I really need right now. And then here I'll show you another one of their beautiful eyeshadow palettes, is this one right here. Oh my god, it is so stunning. It is so beautiful. Like, can you see the embossing? It's so intricate. Both of these palettes are also baked gelée formula, which, would this be the first like baked gelée product that isn't made in Italy? I think I need to research that. It might be, because I believe these are all made in China. But anyway, I wanted to let you guys know that you can now purchase from Fluoresces' website for these products. They're just stunning. And then the Korean skincare brand Saturday Skin sent me over another PR box, which is super exciting. I love Korean skincare. They re-upped me on the Pore Clarifying Toner, the Rub-a-Dub, Waterfall Glacier Water Cream, and then the Wide Awake Brightening Eye Cream. And I've tried and used all of these products. I can't use the acid consistently yet because it's a little bit more of a powerful acid, but these other products are super gentle, and I love that Rub-a-Dub Refining Peel Gel. It's very interesting. But their product that they were kind of showcasing is this Saturday Skin Yuzu Vitamin C Bright Eye Cream. So I've actually had this for a couple weeks, and I've been using it every morning over the Swanee Cocoa eye cream that I get off of Soko Glam, and I really like this eye cream. It's a thicker eye cream. It's really hydrating, which I definitely need. But this is, I think, their latest launch is this eye cream right here. So it's a vitamin C, so I like to use it during the day for kind of brightening and stuff like that. And it comes in a, what is this? I think it's a 1/2 ounce jar. Yeah, a 0.5 fluid ounce jar right here, and I'll just show you guys kind of the consistency of it. It is a thicker cream, and this is exactly what I need, is a thicker, more hydrating cream, because again, I've got a super dry eye skin area, and it sits really pretty underneath makeup, and concealer goes over it really nice too. So you can see I've made a pretty decent dent in there, because again, I've been using it for a couple weeks now, but I really like this eye cream from Saturday Skin. I don't get any little bumps or irritations or anything around my eyes from it either. It's gentle and hydrating. That is a new product from Saturday Skin right there, and a huge thank you to them for sending this over. And then lastly, I got a PR package from Rcma Makeup, which they make one of my all-time favorite under eye setting powders, which is their no color setting powder. It looks really pretty all over the face, but I primarily love it for underneath the eyes. So they revamped and came out with some new products. They've got, I'll read what it says on the little leaflet here. Rcma Makeup adds 61 SKUs to its cult classic lineup in the brand's largest launch in nearly 60 years. So that's kind of cool. So they came out with a liquid foundation that's $36, a liquid concealer that's $29, premium pressed powder which is $28, and then the premium loose powder which is $26. So there are 4 shades. I'm most excited about the powders. There are 4 shades of the pressed powder, which I purchased their no color setting powder pressed from Beautylish a while ago, and it wasn't my favorite for setting because it kind of came off a little bit in flakes, but what I ended up using it up for, I actually panned that product, it's in my empties that I still need to film, was for like taking down shine. It worked really well for that. So this is kind of a, I think this is a finer milled version of that product, and I actually really like the pressed powders in this collection better than the original no color one, but I did like using that one up for shine. So there are 3 premier loose powders as well. One's translucent, and then there are 2 tinted versions. 36 different shades of the liquid foundation and 18 different shades of the concealer. I'll start off with the concealers first. So they sent me 3 shades. I've got N10 and N20, which I've used both of these shades for concealer underneath the eyes, and they looked pretty, like they blended out nice and all of that type of deal, but this is just, it's too full coverage for me. It's a very full coverage product. So moving forward, I'm going to use them mixed with a thinner concealer because again, this is very full coverage for me. So let me swatch them. They come in a pump style bottle, and there's a total of 0.5 fluid ounces in one of these. Like, this will last forever. So these are all neutral undertones. So you got N10, N20, and N30. But I squirted too much out on that last one. But this is some, like, you need the tiniest amount, and a ½ ounce of this product is quite a bit. So that's why I think you're gonna have them for quite some time because there's so much product. But look at that. That is some serious full coverage. I think for a full coverage, the formulation's really nice. Again, it blends out really nice and everything like that. But I don't have such a full coverage foundation, so I think that throws it off a little bit for me when my under eyes were like such full coverage, and then the rest of my face was a little bit more translucent, if you will. But it's full coverage. So again, N10, N20, and N30 right there in the concealers. And then they also sent over 3 shades of the premium liquid foundation. So these have got 1 fluid ounce in there, and it's got the same type of packaging as the concealers, but it's larger because there is twice as much product in there. And they sent me over P210, P130, and P230. So I didn't actually use this all over as a foundation because it doesn't have SPF in it, especially for me for the summertime. But I did use it as concealer because this is a lighter version of the concealer, and I thought it looked really pretty as a concealer underneath my eyes. But the undertones, they just didn't look right on me because again, I'm very pink. I think you can see just right there up against my skin tone, you know, you can see the warmth in those. I guess this shade kind of blends into my pinker skin a bit more. But and with these two, I'm going to try to mix in these with my number 7 SPF 50 foundation to add extra coverage to it and see how it goes. And I think the undertones of the number 7 will help these out a bit. But you have got, I don't want to mess this up here. So this first one is P210, this one is P130, and then this one is P230. So these are definitely more liquid than the concealers. Well, they're both liquid, but these have a little bit more moisture in them than the concealers. But again, very like coverage, man. And I used these underneath my eyes, and I was looking for something a little bit more pink because you can really see that these have, on my skin tone, again, I'm very pink. They're just a little off, but I am going to try to mix these in with my number 7 and see if that gives a little extra coverage to it. I think that'll be kind of fun. And then they sent me the 3 shades of the Premier Loose Powder, which I was so excited to put this on my face. So this is the Premier Loose Powder No Color version right here. This is what I have underneath my eyes, and I think it's absolutely stunning. The original No Color powder has only got talc and silica in it, and this one has got more ingredients. It kind of reminds me of the Ket powder that I hauled a few weeks back, which I love that powder too. it's just so finely milled. I love this powder. I've been using it pretty much every single day to set underneath my eyes, with the exception of trying the pressed versions underneath my eyes as well, but I love this product. So this is the translucent, and then they have got the shade Topaz, which I use this to set my face, and I can get away with it, but I have to use almost like a lighter foundation to set my face with this guy because it does take on the color of this powder. So I would probably have to mix the what do I call it, the Topaz shade with the translucent one to get it a little bit lighter, to get a more accurate like color on me, because again, my skin does pick up that coloring. And then the last one is Amber, which has got a yellow undertone to it, and these have got 0.5 ounces, so a half an ounce of product in there. And I should tell you where all this stuff is made. I believe it's all made in the USA. Yep, it is. And so the jar has actually got a sifter style in there, which you guys know I'm not crazy about, but that's fine. I actually don't mind it when it's packaged with a lid that's flat like this, because I can use the lid to, you know, put the powder in the cap, whereas when they have that closure that goes over the screen, it's really hard for me to like get the even distribution of powder on my brush. So I like that even though they put a screen in here, that the cap doesn't have that stopper thing in it. So I'm going to peel the little sticker off of this one. This one I have not used because it is so yellow, but I'm going to try to swatch it so you guys can see anyway the tones of these powders. Ooh, they're so silky soft. So silky soft. So here is the Amber shade right here. So it feels like silk. It really does. That one's Amber. And then here is the shade Topaz. A little bit more here. So Topaz does have a little bit more of a pink undertone, but it deepens up my skin quite a bit when I use it to set my face. So that one is Topaz. And then the last one, which I shook mine up today, is the No Color. And I do feel like it has a slight brightening effect underneath the eyes, which I enjoy. It looks stunning underneath the eyes to set concealer. So those are the 3 shades of loose powder right there. And then we have the pressed powder. So these have got 0.3 ounces of product in there. And the 2 shades that I can use on my skin tone are the No Color version, which I've also used underneath my eyes, and then the Amethyst version, which has got a slight pink tint to it. Love it. I really like both of these underneath the eyes as well. I try to debate back and forth. I think I prefer the loose one, but I love the convenience of the pressed one. But they both, all 3 of them look really nice underneath the eyes. So let me swatch them for you. I have got mine all mixed in with my stuff here. So we have got the No Color, so really flat, kind of sleek black packaging there. You can see I've used mine quite a bit because it did say Rcma makeup embossed in there. So this is the No Color right there. A little bit more translucent than the loose one. However, it was easier to pick up the loose product than the pressed one. And then this is the Amethyst one with the pink tint. Again, I've used this one a bunch too because the embossing is gone. I like all of these to set underneath my eyes. And then the other 2 shades are too deep for me. So here's Amber, and these are magnetic closures, and they have a mirror in the cover too. And then here's Topaz. I thought about trying Topaz as a bronzer actually. I don't know, it might be too light. Might be worth a try though. So again, here's Amber, which is more yellow tinted, and then this has got a tan kind of tint to it. So Topaz and Amber. Amber and Topaz. Topaz and Amber. I don't know if this is doing any good. Oh, maybe you can see the undertones, but these are beautiful powders, absolutely beautiful powders. I've been checking Beautylish to see if they got these products in yet, but I think Camera Ready Cosmetics might have them because I want to get another one of either, I can't decide, either the No Color pressed or the Amethyst pressed. I want to get another one of those, and I also want to get a backup right away of the No Color loose version, which I have plenty of product left. I don't know, don't ask. But those are just some beautiful, beautiful powders from Rcma makeup. And again, the liquid liquid formulations are nice as well, but I'm not used to such a heavy coverage, and I could use something with a little bit more pink in it. I was going to show you guys too what they sent the stuff in. I just feel so lucky to have gotten these products in such a beautiful case, because this is something I'll totally use. So it's a makeup traveling case, and it's really cool. There's a side sleeve where you can put like palettes, and then a spot that covers down for your brushes. And I'll have to check to see if they sell these. I want to say that they probably do, because they're, you know, kind of professional based makeup brand. And then you have got these little pieces that you can arrange different compartments to put all your makeup in. And there's a strap, and I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. So like, huge thank you to Rcma for sending over these products. I'm such a fan of their powder products. It's just good stuff. So thankful for that. So that is everything that I have for my haul today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I will see you guys later. Bye.